Premier and fellow elected representatives and distinguished guests, one and all, I certainly understand when you're the last speaker on a long roster of speakers and stand between people and eating. I've seen a couple of people chewing on their napkins, so I will be relatively brief. First of all, may I say to wish everybody a happy Thai Pongal. We had a wonderful reception at Toronto City Hall the other day in concert with the Canadian Tamil Congress, and it gave me and the members of Toronto City Council an opportunity to celebrate that important occasion that is marking the harvest, and it's marking the harvest of not just things that we harvest from the land, but also the blessings that we all have. And I can just say in this community, one of the great blessings that we have is the Tamil community. Yeah, please, that's worthy of a round of applause. I was asked over the last couple of months, really going all the way back to April, when Lifeline Syria was formed, why I was so confident in the righteousness and the justice and the morality of the decision that we made in Canada, and supported so much by the Premier of Ontario and by, of course, led by the Government of Canada and supported certainly by me, why I was so confident in the righteousness and justice of that decision of our country. And I went back to 37 years ago when I had the chance to go with the then Minister of Immigration and see Vietnamese refugees arriving in Edmonton, Vancouver, Calgary, Yellowknife, Whitehorse, Toronto. And I saw them arriving in the great hopes that they had, and then had the chance over the subsequent 37 years to see the incredible contribution that they had made, the incredible success they had made of their lives here in Canada, and how they had become such a rich part of the fabric of this city and of this province and of this country. And similarly, I've had the chance as person both in public life and as a private citizen to see exactly the same experience with the Tamil community. The Tamil community, many of whom came here, of course, as refugees, as Gary was discussing earlier, have, without any fear of contradiction, I would say, done as well as anybody else who's ever come here in terms of being a community of enterprise. Right here in this room, I've been here many times when the success of Tamils in enterprise has been celebrated over and over again, and magnificent enterprise it is that employs not just people, of course, in the Tamil community, but many, many, many other people who are not Tamils and who, in some cases, had been here long before most of the Tamils that formed these businesses. They have been a success in community engagement and community contribution, and that's evidenced by some of the people in public life and many other things. And I always cite one other thing, and that is that they have been a great success when it comes to, and I cite it often, good parenting and good citizenship. I go to so many functions in the community that involve some of the very young people who were referred to earlier, thousands of young people in arts and crafts and in language classes and in some of those amazing classes where they teach them how to sort of cause their brain to work doing impossible mathematical calculations. But every child is in some kind of a class, and to me this is the mark of, yes, good kids, but it's also the mark of good parents. And I should say, as a sidebar, that I did some math while those kids were up here speaking earlier on, and came to the positive conclusion that I'm 61 years old, so there's no chance I'll have to compete with any of those 5 kids. So I just want to say that this community is a shining example of what gave me the confidence not only to know that what we were doing with the Syrian refugees was right, but that we will be here in 5 or 10 years talking about those refugees. And they will be following the great examples that have been set by the Vietnamese and by the Tamils and by many, many other people who have come to the shores of this country and set an example for us of what it is to be a good citizen, a contributing citizen, a good person, good people. And I'm just privileged to have such a wonderful friendship with this community, which I hope I will continue to have for many, many years to come, in or out of public office. Thank you very much.